Okay, welcome to this webinar, everybody. My name is David O'Keefe. I'm a specialist in R&D, creative industries, and obviously Patent Box, running my own business. The session we're looking at today is a brief webinar looking at the Patent Box, but specifically around some of the pitfalls that can be encountered, how to spot them and how to avoid them. The session does assume a reasonable working knowledge of the Patent Box regime itself. So what are we going to be looking at? Qualifying company, some of the issues around qualifying companies, ownership of qualifying intellectual property, what that intellectual property needs to be, some issues that can arise where companies are members of groups, and indeed where there is a change in company ownership. So where a company is maybe a member of a group and then ceases to be, or vice versa. We'll have a look at some issues around routine return and how the routine return is calculated, just some minor issues there. And similarly with the calculation of the marketing asset return, some of the practical problems that can sometimes arise around the marketing asset return and the problems, particularly for the smaller companies, where problems can arise. Then we'll have a look at the various elections. There are 3 elections, as I'm sure everyone's aware, available under the banner of the small claims treatment, looking at the exclusions that apply to prevent those elections being made, that does in practice sometimes cause people to have problems. We'll look at the provisions around what the legislation calls pre-grant income, or as I like to refer to it, the patent pending income. Income arising in that period before the patent is actually granted. And then we'll have a quick look at losses, some of the problems that arise where there are intellectual property losses that can cause problems that are perhaps unexpected. As everyone's aware, we do need to keep a track of R&D expenditure in relation to our intellectual property and the Patent Box claims. So have a look at some of the issues that arise around R&D expenditure tracking. And then very quickly at the end, a couple of very brief points on the various elections that need to be made and the differences between some of those elections in terms of the way they're actually made in practice.